Good morning, hello there, it is November the 4th, Wobble Wednesday. How are you today? I hope you're okay, because actually it's a cold but very bright, nice, and thank goodness not pissing down with rain Wednesday day today. Hope you're having a good time. My name is Karen, and this is Get Moving. As always, Get Moving is helping people with mobility issues to get some exercise. So if you want to get some strength, want to get some fitness, want to get some balance, want to get some movement, Get Moving is here to help you. Every weekday, 11 o'clock, see you here. Fantastic, thank you very much. If you've got any question about what Get Moving is all about, then up in the description up above there, you've got a link to the website, reesfitness.co.uk/getmoving. Dead simple, go have a look. It's got everything you possibly need to know. But if you still got questions, because you might want to ask how I do my my hair or something, I don't know, then in the comments down below, then you can ask any questions down there. I'm sorry, there's just a great big thing flashing in front of on my screen. I've never seen that before. Anyway, it is Wobble Wednesday. And so Wobble Wednesday is all about helping people with balance in particular. So for today only, Wobble Wednesdays only, we'll be concentrating more on balance. So people who are standing. Doesn't mean that if you're seated on a wheelchair or something, you can't take part, because you can. We've got alternatives. We've got a good alternative today as well. But I will be paying a little bit more attention to people who are standing and want to balance. Our exercise of the week involves a resistance band. So I hope you've got yours ready. If you don't, go dash it now. Be quick. If you are seated, again, it's wrong all the time now. If you're standing, you're also going to need to have your ball, because we are going to be doing bounces for our balancing exercise. So make sure you have your band and your ball. I hope you've got them. If you haven't, you've got 10 seconds now to go. Run away and get them very, very quickly. I hope you're all ready. I think I've run out of things to say, so you may as well get on with it then, I guess. So if we are seated, the exercise that you will be doing, let me get this right, okay. If you're seated, the exercise we'll be doing is the diagonal pull apart, okay. So you're going to want your resistance band. The closer you have your hands together like so, the harder. The further away, the easier. Alternatively, if you want, depending on the strength and length of your band, you could fold it in half. I'll let you decide which way you're going to do it, but the idea is to hold your band an appropriate distance apart, sit nice and tall, have your hands a bit of a diagonal there, and then you pull apart and then recover. Go to the other diagonal, pull apart, recover. So this band is going to stretch and get closer to your chest, and then relax. Your job is to sit nice and tall and get these arms pulled back. This won't work if we're slouching like that, because that won't work. The band's not going to touch our chest or anything. We want to stick our chest out and touch the band, and the same on the other side. Touch the band, okay? Diagonal pull aparts, alternating sides like so. Like I said, hands closer together makes it harder. Hands further apart makes it easier. Adjust accordingly, okay? That's the exercise you'll be doing if you are seated, okay? It's a very, very good upper back posture exercise, the diagonal pull apart. Give it a try, let us know. If we're standing, because it went down so well last time, bouncing the ball, okay? So if we're standing, the balance exercise we'll be doing is just bouncing. Remember, we've got different levels. Easy version, with both hands, bounce and catch. Harder version, using one hand, just dribbling like a basketball player. But what we're aiming for, if you can, this is what we're going to try and do if you can, for balance. You're going to be moving your feet. So bouncing and stepping, standing, walking, moving around with your feet. Okay? Multitasking and balancing. So you do whichever version you're happy with. Do the hardest version you can do, but give it a go, okay? That's the exercise if you are standing. and working on balance this wonderful Wobble Wednesday. So, I hope you're ready. First exercise is the usual. So if we're seated, sitting tall, marching on the spot. If we're standing, marching on the spot, but keeping our balance. Okay, stand close to a wall if you have to, but try not to use it if you can. Try and rely on your own legs, your own feet, your own balance. We're going to do 30 seconds of everything, okay? So, marching on the spot if you're seated, marching on the spot if you're standing. 30 seconds worth in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Small moves are easier. Big moves are harder. But again, we're thinking about balance. Swaying side to side. Moving the body weight from one leg to the other leg, like so. That's what we're thinking about. That's what we're doing with balance. We're shifting our body weight. We're wobbling side to side for 30 seconds. Okay? Nice big moves from the hips. Getting your legs going. That's our first 30 seconds. So now we're going to kick into the balance exercise or the band exercise. So if you are seated, remember, diagonal pull aparts. Sitting tall, arms diagonally, stretch it back, recover. Swap other side, stretch it back, recover, and repeat. Stretch, 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 okay? That's if you're seated. If we're standing, get your ball ready. Bouncing for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So if you can, stepping with your feet. Keep your feet moving throughout. Easy version, both hands. Harder version, one or other or swapping hands. But what we're aiming for is footwork as well. Moving forwards and backwards. Staying on your feet. Balancing and bouncing. Multitasking. There we go. That's our 30 seconds. Well done. So, they are the exercises we're going to be rotating throughout the entire morning, okay? So, remember them. Next one, shoulder rolls. So, if you're seated or standing, actually, rolling the shoulders or rolling the arms back. 30 seconds worth in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Nice big movements. So, shoulders up, shoulders back, shoulders down, rolling around. If you can, elbows become involved. Make it a bigger move if you can. If you can, get the arms involved. So reaching up high, back and down. The biggest move that you can do. So if you can only use one side, use one side. Don't forget about this one. Think about this one as best you can. But do the biggest, best move that you can manage. That's our time. So if we're seated, grab your band again. Remember, it's going to be diagonal pull aparts. Feel your shoulder blades pinching together at the back there. If we're standing, grab your ball. Balance time again. Bouncing and balancing in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. 30 seconds of bouncing. Keeping your feet moving if you can. You can sidestep. You go forwards and backwards. You give it the best shot you've got. Keep as mobile as you can. Good hand-eye coordination, multitasking, keeping your brain going. Just enjoy bouncing the ball, basically. There we go. Time. Nicely done. Next exercise, knee bends. If you're seated, sit tall, kicking your feet out like so. Nice big knee movements. If we're standing, kicking the heels back to the bum. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Kicking them back like so. Nice big knee movements again. If we're standing, if we're standing again, make sure that body weight shifts side to side. We're shifting the weight onto the standing leg as we bend this one. Then we shift the body weight over onto this leg as we bend that one. We shift over and we shift over. Moving, wobbling from side to side is all about getting good balance, okay? That's our time. Nicely done. Bouncing and bending again. That's the phrase. If we're seated, diagonal pull aparts. If we're standing, bouncing. 30 seconds again. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Again, easy version, two-handed. Harder version, one-handed. And best version, stepping as we go. Moving your feet back and forth, walking around, side steps. Staying mobile, nice fancy footwork. Moving all the time. Because that's what balance is all about. Moving enough so that we don't fall over. Time. Okay, Sarah's now. Twisty Sarah's. Seated or standing, fold your arms, big twist one way, big twist the other way. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Nice big moves, nice big moves. Again, the bigger the move, the better. Start off with, if you need, with just a small move like so. That's fantastic. But your job is to slowly but surely use these stomach muscles and twist further and twist further in each direction. The biggest move that you can manage is a better move. Think about the shoulder coming forwards and think about this shoulder coming forwards. Nice big moves for time. Well done. So if you're seated, straight into it. Grab your band, ready for diagonal pull aparts one way and then the other way. Nice big moves. If we're standing, grabbing your ball. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Bouncing and move. You get the idea. I've said this enough times by now, surely. You know what we're doing now. You don't need me telling you time and time again. Although, I just like the sound of my own voice, so I'll carry on talking, obviously. But keep your feet moving, keep mobile, keep enjoying it, have a good time. See how high you can bounce the ball if you like. Or do little ones down there, I don't mind. Any mixture you like the look of. For our 30 seconds, well done. Oh, double taps. Okay, if you're seated, sitting tall, knee comes up twice, and the other side twice. As always, don't forget you're not going to slump back behind you when you get the knee up. You're going to stay sat nice and tall, okay? If we're standing, again, this is a real balance one. If you're unsteady, stand close to a wall or something just in case, but don't use it unless you have to. Standing tall and one knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then swap. 1, 2, okay? 3, 2, 1, off we go. Don't forget, we're going to shift that body weight from side to side. I need to stand on my supporting leg, move my weight over, and then get the knee up twice. Shift the body weight over, come up twice. Shift the body weight over. You get the idea? It is not about standing still. It's all about moving. It's about wobbling. If we don't wobble, we fall over. Wobbling is essential. And that's our time. So if we're seated, bands pull apart again. If we're standing, ball time, bouncing. 3, 2, 1, go. Straight into it. No hanging about today. We're going to get through this like bosses here. We can do this. We can do this till the cows come home. But there's no point doing it forever. We're going to do it quick and well. Moving our feet back and forth. Moving, following the ball around. Making sure we're in contention with it all the time. Nice, good bouncing. Time, 30 seconds. Well done. What have we got? Oh, the exercise of the week. Everybody, grab your band. This can be done seated or it can be done standing. It's your choice. I don't mind. Both of them are good, okay? You're going to need to anchor your band around something solid. A table leg, a banister, some person who happens to be standing there not knowing what's going on. Just grab them, they'll do. Just anchor them somewhere solid, okay? The anchor is going to be at 3 o'clock position, directly to my right hand side. If I am close to the anchor, it's easier. If I'm further away from the anchor, it's harder. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds this side, 30 seconds other side, okay? So set ourselves up, facing forward, anchor to my right there. Yes, I said anchor with an A. And then hold the band dead center. And we're going to extend out in front and just keep it there and keep breathing. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So reaching out, we're sitting or standing tall, your choice. It doesn't matter which version you do, I don't mind. But we're nice and tall. We're not going to let this band pull us and twist us out of shape and collapse. We're going to be nice and tall, elbows straight, pointing straight in front, and just staying still. Rock solid. Breathing as we go. We're going to not move. We're going to enjoy ourselves. And that's our 30 seconds. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So keep everything exactly as it is, except I want you to turn around 180 degrees to face the other way. And you're going to do exactly the same thing. Closer to the anchor to make it easier, further away to make it harder. Start off with those bands in the middle of the chest. And in 30 seconds, are you ready? I hope so. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Again, elbows straight, body nice and tall. We're not getting collapsing and twisting or anything. Good posture, aiming dead center there, and breathing. Don't hold your breath on this one. Keep breathing. Now, fingers crossed, if you're doing this well, you should feel work all through the arms, all through the body, down through the stomach, in the sides, in the bum as well. We're just going to keep it nice and still, breathing. That's our time. That is our exercise of the week. We'll be doing this all week. So if you're not sure about that, don't forget yesterday's workout. I spent a bit of time telling you how to set it up and going in depth into it. So if you need, have a look at yesterday's video at the very end. I'll tell you all about this, okay? But we'll be doing this every day this week. So, next exercise. If we are seated, again, keep hold of your band. The diagonal pull apart. If we're standing, bouncing. So are you ready for 30 seconds? 3, 2, 1, off we go. Bouncing away nicely. Again, sounding like a stuck record. Keep your feet moving. Stepping forwards and backwards. Stepping side to side. I don't mind which version you do. I don't mind which direction you go, as long as you keep your feet moving, because that's what's going to help with our balance. And play with your ball. Who doesn't like playing with their balls? I know I certainly do. It's my favourite pastime. So next exercise. Squats and sit stands. If you are seated, now is your chance to put everything into practicing standing up nice and tall. So if you're seated, tuck your feet under, tilt your body weight forwards, use your legs as much as you possibly can, push hard through those legs, stand tall, sit down, and repeat as often as you can in 30 seconds. You might only do it once, you might do it 30 times, I don't know, but you do as many as you can do. If we're standing, squats, feet apart, knees out, squat down, stand up. Again, as many times as you can do in 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Squat down, stand up, repeat. As big a move as you can from your legs. Easy version is a small move. Harder version is a big move. But you do, as always, the best that you can do. Use your leg muscles, make them work, give them some exercise, do the best version that's manageable for you personally, because by challenging ourselves like this, we're going to improve. Well done. Okay. Again, if we're seated, band pull apart, stretch it out. That band needs to push into the chest there, and then recover. Other side. Chest into the band there and recover. If we're standing, Bouncing in 3, 2, 1, go. That's it. Nearly lost my blue ball there. And I'm going to keep it under control. Never lose control of your ball. That way leads to anarchy. So keep it close. Keep it in hand. Keep your feet moving. And keep your ball bouncing. Tightrope walking and ankles. If you are seated, bending and straightening your ankles. Get as much movement out of this joint as possible. If we spend a lot of time seated, we might not get much movement out of the lower body. It sounds obvious, but it's worth repeating. So make sure these ankles can move. Heel first of all, and then toes. Heel, toes on both sides, okay? If we're standing, everyone's favourite, tightrope walking. Imagine you have a tightrope painted on the floor there. Don't forget, feet wide is easier, feet narrower is harder. Do the hardest version that you personally can do. Walking forwards with me, off we go. Walking on that tightrope, heel toe, heel toe. So we are deliberately challenging our balance. We are deliberately making ourselves less stable. And that is forcing us to improve our recovery of balance. Okay, we get good at what we practice. Now same thing going backwards, toes heels, toes heels, toes heels. If we never have to practice recovering our balance, then we lose that ability. Use it or lose it, that's the phrase. So we are deliberately now making ourselves get a little bit wobbly and recover our balance. Same thing going forwards again, off we go. Heel toe, heel toe. And by giving ourselves practice, we get better at recovering our balance. When we start to lose it, we recover it and up we get. And that is falls prevention. That's how we not fall over, by recovering ourselves. Last time, going backwards, toes heels, toes heels. And that's why I keep banging on about wobbling being good, because wobbling, this movement, is us finding that central gravity and recovering from falls. When we lose that, not if, when we lose our balance, we can either fall over or we recover. That's our two choices. We want to be really good at recovering. And that's it. And that's why we do all this stuff. Last couple of exercises, fast feet time. 10 seconds only. Let me adjust my timer. So fast feet. Like a flamenco dancer. Famously so. So if you are seated. I missed one now, didn't I? Ignore everything I just said. If you are seated, grab your band. Ready for pull apart. You thought, yeah, you had me. No, I'm wise for it. If we're standing, get your ball in 3. We want to do more than 10 seconds worth because I just changed my timer, didn't I? I'm not as clever as I thought. 30 seconds of bouncing or pulling apart. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Again, fancy footwork. Moving as much as you can. So this ball, this unpredictable ball, just makes us work even harder with our recovery of balance. It moves our body around and we have to recover our balance. It adds that bit of unpredictability to things, which is what life is like, unpredictable. There we go, time. So now it's fast feet. I'll change my timer again because, you know, keeping on your toes, yeah. So if you are seated, fast feet. Feet running up and down, nice and quick. Like so, okay. Small, fast movements. Speed. If we're standing, same idea. Small, fast movements. So recovering from balance is the strength to be able to hold our balance and pull it back up again, but also the speed of moving that foot quick enough so that we can catch it before we go. Speed is essential for balance. This is where we practice speed. 2 rounds of 10 seconds only. Fast feet. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Nice and quick. Speedy feet, so that if we lose our balance, we can catch it, like so. That's our time. So that's round 1. Give us a bit of a tactical waggle, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to go for round 2. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Again, fast feet, so that if anything goes wrong, we are speedy enough to be able to catch ourselves before we fall over. Speed is vital for balance. Okay, nearly the last ones. If we're seated, penultimate time. Stretch, recover, stretch, recover. If we're standing, bouncing the ball. Let me adjust my timer again. 30 seconds of bouncing in 3, 2, 1, go. So yes, the unpredictability of this ball makes it a bit more like real life. Our centre of gravity is suddenly and quickly knocked off where we expect it to be, and we have to suddenly recover. Plus, it's just good fun. You can't deny there's something satisfying about banging your balls on the floor like so. There's our time, well done. Okay, last ones now. Shadow boxing. If you are seated, fists up, punching high, punching low, hooking and uppercuts. This last bit is 100% getting out of breath. There's nothing else to it. It is just purely a chance for you to get out of breath and get your heart rate going. So punch hard and fast. If we're standing, it's exactly the same thing, punching away, but we're going to be concentrating on our footwork. For this today, for Wobble Wednesday, footwork is going to be more important than punching. So keep your feet moving, okay? 3 rounds, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So most important thing, if we're standing, is footwork. More important than hands even. You can shuffle forwards, you can shuffle back, you can sidestep one way or the other way, you can swap legs as many times as you want, you can change direction entirely, face a different way. I don't mind, as long as your feet are moving the whole time. That's our time there, well done. Have a short breather, because we're going to do it again. This one I'm going to do seated, because we're going to get out of breath if we're seated. Okay, if we're standing, move your feet again. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, go. If we're seated, we can still punch high, we can punch low, hooks, uppercuts, we can move around. We keep ourselves going. Nice big body movements, punching away nicely and getting, as I say, very out of breath. It is 100% cardio, CV. Nicely out of breath, get your heart rates going, get your breathing up, and get your body twisting. That's our time, well done. One last go, 3rd and final round. If we're seated, keep punching. If we're standing, footwork. You know I've said it before, say it again. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Final round. Move your feet forwards, backwards, side to side. Get your arms punching as well if you can. But priority is footwork. Moving forwards, moving back, stepping if you want, changing directions. Keep mobile, keep light on your feet. And that's our time there. Last one, last go. If we're seated, diagonal pull apart. If we're standing, the last bouncing. Final 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Last bit of bouncing. And again, if you're standing, you know it by now, but keep your feet moving. Bouncing away as best you can. Have as much space, use as much space. If you're in a nice big room, use the whole room. Travel back and forth a little bit. Get your feet moving, and that's our time. Very well done. Have a breather. Relax everything. Check everything is still intact. Nothing is fallen off or anything. And enjoy yourself as much as you can. That is Wobble Wednesday. Very well done. I said it before, I'll say it again. Balance is not about staying still, it is about movement. Everything we were doing today was about challenging our balance, finding that point of where we're nearly, not quite, but nearly losing our balance and learning how to regain it, to recover it. That's the key. And that's why I'm going to keep on saying it week after week. So, excuse me. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, any questions you've got down in the comments down there, or you've got the web address up there, your choice. Have a look at either of them. Share the video as much as you can. Thank you very much indeed. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Thinking Thursday tomorrow. Get your brain work going tomorrow. And in the meantime, yes, thank you very much. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the nice day out there. You're not going to get wet. It's fantastic. And hunker down, ready for a nice long month of staying in a hole. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.